Testing 1, 2,
3, 4.
Nothing.
Buckle my shoe.
I didn't
I didn't hear a thing.
Not my headphones.
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's not a whole lot of audio coming out of anywhere here.
Test.
Let me check. Heard that.
Well, I woke up this morning. You were on my
Got
mind.
a little bit of audio, but
You
not much.
were on my mind. I got trouble.
Okay, well, what's going on here? Because there's no audio coming out.
Well, this morning. I can hear me.
Well,
I can hear Lee.
You're very low, and there's
I can hear
one
you.
channel. There's one channel that's up. Okay, I wonder who's been in here playing around with the board.
maybe the kitty cat can.
Shockwave.
No, the kitty cat was not over here, and that's up all the time, but that's just audio on our monitor. Folks, if you could hear, if anybody can hear us, would you please give us a quick call or post something on Facebook or do something? So we're doing some quick checking here. 910-333-0139.
I can do it right.
All right, let me
Let's do this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 5, 5. Anybody posted anything yet?
Go ahead, say something.
1, 2, something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I can hear you on Facebook.
You can.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess that's good. So you guys can hear us on Facebook. I'm assuming right now.
Let me
Anybody
check.
else can hear us because we can't hear ourselves in the studio.
YouTube.
Well,
Oh,
that part's working.
I hear you on YouTube.
But, that's working, but
I hear you on YouTube.
hear ourselves. You can turn that down.
Yes, I'm trying.
We're just going
Whitney
I'll
says
start
she-
looking for. We got a headphone
Well,
amplifier.
I
here
actually-
that's not dead. That's the problem.
I can hear me.
I see it.
I can hear me in my
Oh,
headphones.
yeah, but it's very weak. It's now Friday Eve, and it's time to finalize your weekend plans. Exactly what do you have in mind? You want to share it with us this morning? Give us a call and see if we can hear you. That's interesting. Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Yes. Whitney and Chris both say they can hear us.
Yes.
That's all good, but we got some really strange
Echoes.
Echo.
critters hanging around here this morning. Maybe we could just swear off social media for a week.
There you
Take
go.
a vacation, okay? Take a little walk, even if it's around the block. A stroll with your spouse sounds good. Take your doggy if you got one, preferably your own, of course. But if you don't have one, I'm sure there's a rescue animal shelter that would welcome you to come by there and help them walk their doggies.
Oh, yeah.
What could you realistically do? Forget about spending money this weekend. That would leave you feeling come Monday that the time was not wasted. Is there something you could do that time would not be wasted? Do you think this weekend? 910-333-0979. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
0139. Why did I write 09? I have no clue. 910-333-0139. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown, maybe, and we sincerely welcome you and your comments on Live and Local Real Talk.
Hey, good morning. I'm Chris Marks, and it's just great to be here on such a beautiful morning with such non-cold temperatures.
And good morning, I'm Lee Barrels.
I heard you fine.
I heard Chris and myself. Rayford, is your mic?
Yes. Is your mic on? He's working
It's
on it.
it's Rayford's.
Yeah,
You've got the.
I see it over there talking, but I don't.
You don't hear you. Oh, coming up a little later on, somewhere around at 8 o'clock.
Pop it top.
Miller time coming up. Hear about some lacrosse is getting ready to get started. They're in spring. They're spring training right now. They're having spring practice games.
And I have promised to go to some of the games. I have never been to a lacrosse game. I've heard a lot about it, and I've promised, some of our listeners who have talked about it, and I said yes, I will go to some of the games.
Well,
it'd be interesting. It'd be fun.
Well, I was quite honored to be asked to be the announcer at the Cardinal games.
Yes, you were.
And I've never announced lacrosse games, so that should be pretty interesting.
Chris would be like, at the 40-yard line is somebody's got a stick and they just hit the other guy. And
well, I told you this story about coming down Gum Branch Road, and the players were where the football players usually practice,
right?
And we thought it was the baseball team practicing. And of course, I heard there was an accident over there that messed up.
Yeah, somebody ran off the road into a fence.
Yeah,
on the property. That was a couple weekends ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
So the baseball team, lacrosse team are practicing real close to each other. But I said, well, obviously that's the lacrosse side when they have a big old net, like a soccer net
right
up there.
Right.
And someone's standing there with a face mask.
One of our Cardinal parent sent me a small video of part of the game, and it was interesting to watch. And I'm like, I'm definitely going to have to get by and watch it. Yeah. So
should be fun.
Well, as you're announcing, there you go. I'll bring you a cold Pepsi or something.
Well, I'll let everybody know girls play at 5:00, boys play at 7.
Yes,
at home games, and very few home games for the for Jacksonville's lacrosse team.
Well,
a lot of road games.
I don't know. We're going to have to talk to Chris Miller today, because I saw he was tweeting a lot of stuff out last night, over the last couple of nights, about wrestling, girls wrestling and boys wrestling. And I know I was reading one of his last night, was like, blah, blah, pin, blah, blah, pin, blah, blah, pin. And I'm like, and then I know what he meant, but we'll have to find out what's going on in the wrestling world with the high school. A lot of girls this year, from what I'm seeing. You go, girls.
Well, it started out, I think, back when Jordan was wrestling, and they had girls wrestling back then against the boys, and there was the typical type of problem you would think there would be. Guys not wanting to wrestle girls. Girls didn't care.
Watching wrestling, though, just takes my breath, because I'm just like, you see somebody on top of somebody and they're just twisting limbs every which way, and they've got all this, they're just, and I just want to reach over there and just pick the one up on top and say, stop, stop. I just get really like with the wrestling, but I tell you what, we're so lucky to have the high school sports that we have, and that everything that goes on in our schools with the sports, and the community supporting our sports. And not long soon, we have the Ospreys going to be kicking off their new season. Yeah. Can't wait for that. Our Jacksonville's very own baseball team.
Yeah. Should be a fun season for them.
Yes.
Our number is 910-333-0139.
And I'm still not putting out a whole lot of juice over here.
No, your mic is the only one. Can we switch mics with or something? Would it help? Oh, he's laughing now. I know what.
I bet this
There it
works
is.
now.
Perfect. Oh, Rayford, what happened?
It's you.
Okay.
Of course. It's
You weren't here this morning when I was over there still working, trying to get weather information. It was you. It's all you.
I'll take the hit for it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Good morning, Rayford.
Yeah, good morning again. Yeah.
9 minutes into the show and I'm here.
This is a new one. I'd like Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
She's a Cardinal.
Yes, she is. And so hopes
Go
we
Cardinals.
have a delicious day.
Yes, delicious.
What?
A delicious day.
She
That's what
says-
she put down.
She
A
said,
delicious day.
I hope your day is delicious. That makes me hungry already.
Well, it started out not so good for me, did it?
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
Chris and I, we just
was up
ignored
into
you. We
this-
just like going,
I was getting weather information. You came on it first this morning. You gave me this stuff right out of the chute.
what? Yeah.
At 5:30 to begin with. That was cool. And
Mm-hmm.
by the time 6 o'clock got here, I had almost everybody checking in. virtually everyone had checked in that half hour.
Yes,
So
yes.
That was good.
Yes. A little discussion with.
And what we do, guys, is I get in here early in the mornings and I check in with a
Very
bunch of ham
early.
radio operators in the Jacksonville area. So I got one over in Carteret, and occasionally we get one from Craven, but we got guys in different places. It is kind of cool to get a little actually pinpoint what the conditions are at that moment throughout our county, and they check in the morning and say, "Oh, see, I'm not the only early riser." We got them scattered all over Onslow County and over in the Cedar Point area in Carteret County.
Yes,
And
we
also,
did.
I had one up in Putnam, Connecticut this morning, although down in Sebring,
Connecticut.
Florida, Chester, New Jersey, and Nashua, New Hampshire.
Wow. Cold up there?
Yeah, 25 degrees in New Hampshire and Nashua, New Hampshire.
Leave it there.
In Chester, New Jersey, they still had 6 inches of snow on the ground remaining there, but it was looking okay, 32 degrees. So,
Huh. Yeah.
oh my!
I'll stick with our heat wave that's coming, Lee.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's going on? Anything happening? What did I miss?
Well, no, we were just talking about high school sports. Chris
And
Cross.
lacrosse,
And
you've talked about people hitting each other with sticks. I've heard that.
Yeah, and people wrestling, down on the floor, limbs bending, faces red.
I saw some of that down in New
Pushing,
Orleans.
And she's not talking about her.
All right, man.
I saw some of that wrestling down with that in New Orleans.
Yeah.
One of the clubs down there.
What was it, a mud fight?
Mud wrestling.
Mud
Okay.
wrestling. Mud
All
fight,
girls,
mud wrestling now.
all women.
Jello, mud. Yeah.
That was weird. That was weird.
I'd rather see the guys, not the girls.
I know. I don't think so.
Well, let me tell you. When we left yesterday morning, we were like, well, the county has had their meeting. The city has had their meeting. A lot of controversy Tuesday from Monday night. Controversy Wednesday from Tuesday night.
When's the school board going to get involved?
let's just all hope and pray that things are quiet last night. It was the Q word that did it.
You did.
And
You
that
screwed up.
today would be a nice, normal day.
So
what
what-
happened?
In that light,
In that light, what happened?
there was a gentleman up there, and you know his name, right?
Yes, I do. I
Would you
know
like to go
him.
ahead and share that?
His name is Christopher Schultz.
And Christopher Schultz is
Is a professor at Coastal
at
Carolina.
Coastal Carolina, and
Yes.
he also is
He's running for election, which I have.
has he run for office in the past?
Well, let's start with 2020.
Okay.
He ran for NC House District 4 against Jimmy Dixon.
Uh-huh.
That's when Jimmy Dixon had a small chunk of Onslow County.
Okay.
And Christopher ran as a Democrat. Of course, Jimmy's a Republican. Jimmy won that election by about 75%.
Okay.
Okay. 2022,
Mhm.
Christopher ran
Not
against.
to be outdone.
So he's like, let me try it again.
Never say die.
2022, he ran NC House District 15,
Uh-huh.
which is Phil Shepherd.
Oh, so
So he ran
did he
against.
move, or did the 15th
Phil won
district
that.
just move? I mean, did 15th district take over the Dixon area, or
Right, the lines changed.
Okay, that's what I'm
yes,
getting
the
at. So
lines changed.
it's not because he was moving from district to district?
Right.
So Schultz stayed in the same place.
So he ran for District 15. Phil Shepherd took that race 68.06%.
Oh, poor Phil.
So he took most of the vote. 2024, Christopher, let me try it a third time.
Mhm.
So he ran for NC House 15,
Mhm.
of course, that's Phil Shepherd's district.
Mhm. Yeah.
Phil Shepherd took the race at 64%.
Mhm.
Chris was at 31. And of course, we had a newcomer on the scene, a Libertarian, and he was in the studio that year, Matthew Feehan.
I remember
He
that.
gathered 5% of the vote. Yeah, he was an interesting person. Now, Christopher, so he's run 3 times. He's had 3 hard losses.
3 up.
3
down? Is
Yeah,
that what they call
so
it in
he
baseball?
has. He's running for a 4th time now
Mhm.
in this election against
they got,
Phil Shepherd.
They got
NC
4 balls
House
in
15.
baseball too, right?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, they do.
I can remember standing at the polls out there, working for my people and talking to Chris. Seemed like a very nice young man. Don't know much about him. But
if you get
he's-
4 balls and you get to walk, right?
But we have controversy that has a brood, like brewing tea. Controversy has come to Onslow County, and unfortunately, we make national news off of
And I got
this.
a piece of video that you can't see, but I got a piece of video that you can hear. You want to listen to some video?
You want to give a
Does that make
background on
any
it
sense?
first?
Well, this gentleman works over at Coastal Carolina Community College, and he was up in a
Professor.
classroom with students there, right?
Mhm.
Students who either pay themselves to go, or their parents paid for them to go, or for some reason or another, they're in school trying to learn something, right?
Correct.
So he was there, and he was trying to help them learn something. Somebody recorded him. Obviously, it looks like a cell phone video.
For some reason, he
from the
went
source
off
of it.
on a rant about
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk and
Yeah.
Turning Point USA.
So let's just listen now. The couple of the words have been mostly edited out, but you know what they are. Okay, you ready?
Go ahead, Evan.
So I'm not going to talk about this anymore. But if you did,
We'll get in just a second. Just to,
know that was what was happening.
Illegal immigrants shouldn't be
Well,
there you go.
we're going to get it. Rayford had sent out, sent me a thing. I love Jeff Dunham.
960.
China,
Oh, that was
peanut in China.
I like.
Order in China. That was
I like
absolutely
that.
hilarious. And people, when you listen to Jeff Dunham, who's one of the very, very best ventriloquists and funniest ones out there, every so often you're going to hear him or one of his characters, Peanut,
have you got it right for
Walter.
get beat. Walter, Ahmad, get beeped out, and obviously it's beeped out when it's on audio. When it's a live show, it's not beeped out. But in this case, this is edited with a few beeps in it.
We'll see if I can make this work
we can do
again.
this.
on
All right,
this-
if not,
this
I've
device.
got it too. So
Happening? I'm passing a bill that says.
no.
Okay, so we're going to try.
AI is involved in
Yes.
this
Do you have?
right now.
Do you have?
And AI? I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
I
I'm
mean,
gonna go
if
off
he
on that
needs me
one
to,
too.
I have it.
So you got an audio on it.
Yes, I do.
Would you
All right.
would you hold it up to your microphone,
All right,
please?
let me turn up my audio. Okay. Let me make it.
And Rayford, Thomas wants you to know there's a. See if I get this correctly.
It's fishing equipment, right?
Holocrafters S85 shortwave ham radio receiver for sale on Facebook.
It's been around for a while.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Why aren't you playing?
Why people were getting fired is because they, didn't like him, but he's a First Amendment warrior.
Talking about Charlie Kirk.
Isn't that why professors got fired for saying he was a racist piece of shit? Which he was. Did he deserve to die? No, but he was a racist piece of shit. And Turning Point USA is a racist piece of shit organization. I will say it. And they just started a group on this campus. And it's people like them that are coming into these classrooms and recording us, trying to get us fired because they don't agree with us. That's it. That's it.
That was it.
I'm not going to talk about this anymore.
Okay. Now,
Hey, you probably won't be.
do not get me wrong. I do support folks having their opinions.
Exactly.
I don't mind. If you feel that Charlie Kirk is a racist, yada 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 yada, it's fine with me. You can do that. There are a whole lot of people that I figure are racist individuals, and I don't mind
knew so.
saying that. But
Right.
I'm not being paid by students who are captive on our captive audience
Mm-hmm.
inside a classroom. I don't even know what the class that he teaches. What
Political
is
science.
political science?
Yep.
So at least he's in the same part of the world. However, you teach all sides in political science.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
You don't preach that one or the other. Now, I did have a high school history teacher. Had him for 2 years in a row, but 2 different history classes. I didn't screw up that bad. And he did go off on the 64 elections when Barry Goldwater was running.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I will tell you right now, this is election eve. If Barry Goldwater is elected tonight, I will not be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, he had gone off several times about about Goldwater during the year, but he's no longer with us, and so I can say what I want to say because he can't dispute it. But anyway, others were there, obviously. But in the classroom at whether it's at Coastal, when you take that kind of a position, you don't open the floor up for discussion. That's not what he was doing.
No.
He went off on a rant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if this guy had some credentials behind him other than his professorship, like he had been elected to an office, like he was somebody, and he wanted to get up and do things like that, I go out on the street and do it. People might listen to you. You can get away with it in the state legislature. You could get away with it perhaps for a short period of time if you were elected to a county commission seat. You could get away with it if you were a city councilman for just long enough to be beaten down, gavelled down. But in a classroom where you have a captive audience, you may want to be able to go up to the jail sometime. And if you get arrested and you're confined to a jail cell, you could probably do it there. It's sort of a captive audience.
All right.
And the bullpen.
Yeah.
How long would that last for you?
He
What do you
was
think?
a psychology instructor of social and behavior science.
And that's what he's teaching?
Mm,
No, he's teaching poli-sci, right?
well, I
But
think his
what-
behavior was a little. Yeah, you have a right to disagree with me. You have a right, and you have a right to voice why you disagree, whatever. But I
And
think
we have an opinion show.
That's
There's
right.
a big difference here, too.
I
okay?
believe that his words were inappropriate for the classroom, and that as a psychology instructor, especially in social and behavioral
He
science,
failed twice.
that was a big failure right there. He did not like Charlie Kirk. He does not like Turning Point USA. Fine.
You know, for Charlie Kirk, to be honest with you, I know he was on all the time, regularly, right? You know what?
Right.
He was not one of my tune-in, must-see TV moments. I don't have anybody like that on TV, period, bottom line.
Which
all
I
right?
understand,
None
yes.
today. But he was not one of mine either. What occurred to him was not right. Regardless of what your political feelings were, there was a guy named, who was the idiot down in Georgia? No, who was the hustler guy? What was his name?
Hustler.
Magazine. Gum. Anyway, he wanted to be somebody, and he got shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
The former governor of Alabama also got shot, and he was
Was.
paralyzed.
Larry Flint.
Larry Flint. I did not agree with their personal lives. I did not agree with anything that they were out there professing to
Right.
the world. I did not agree with them, but I certainly wasn't the one to put a bullet in either one of them.
Well,
They're not worth putting a bullet into, by the way, but that was
Well.
neither here nor there.
I will tell you that it has made national news.
Well, I'm sure it
It
has.
has spotlighted Onslow
back to
County
Onslow
3 days in
County.
a row now.
Have the satellite truck started arriving yet?
And now I did see where he did give WITN a comment last night saying that
I'm screwed.
he actually had to have law enforcement escort to his car yesterday because of the death threats.
Oh, baloney.
Whether there were death threats or not, I don't know.
Baloney. Prove it.
I just really feel like, Chris, you don't like you don't like. Oh, and I also have an announcement here also. But you don't like Charlie Kirk, that's fine. But I think your comments were inappropriate at the wrong time. The superintendent of the Onslow County Public Schools sent a message to all high school parents about all of the distracting walkout chatter on social media. And so the parents, I'm sorry, I thought this was the same thing. But remember tomorrow is supposed to have been some kind of school walkout
Yeah.
with kids.
They might not want to do that.
And so the superintendent has sent a message to all the parents to let them know or,
If they walk out, you can pick them up at the front door because the doors are going to be locked.
right. And this was just strictly social media chatter. That's all it was right now.
That's good.
Well,
But-
but
But we have had some reaction. We had Representative Wyatt Gable.
Oh, Wyatt Gable put out
Oh,
a
he
scathing
unloaded.
statement yesterday. Do you have that statement, Rayford?
Oh, I did.
If not, I have it.
while you look that up, let me just say this. That is a classroom. It's not a place for him to make his personal beliefs
Exactly.
known to everybody, because the students didn't get a chance. I almost guarantee you to come back and say, "Well, excuse me,
Well,
professor," or whatever.
would they?
Would they have?
If you were in that classroom counting on a grade, what would you have done if somebody had gone off that radical? Yeah, that's what I thought. Say nothing.
Do you have it?
Spitball maybe, but anyway, that was inappropriate, and it's the wrong place for him to be expressing his views. Unless it's
Representative
teaching.
Wyatt Gable put out a statement, an official statement yesterday, and he said it's a statement regarding, comments made by radical leftist Chris Schultz. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. But
Schultz.
anyway,
Schultz.
today audio was leaked of radical leftist Chris Schultz, a candidate for NC House 15, on an unhinged tirade against the formation of a Turning Point USA chapter at Coastal Carolina Community College. In his tirade, he states that TPUSA is a racist piece of bad word organization, and Charlie Kirk was a racist piece of bad word. These comments obviously directed towards students participating in the TPUSA chapter at Coastal Carolina Community College are absolutely unacceptable. Individual professors' political views have absolutely no place in the classroom. Mr. Schulte's fear-mongering statement calling conservative students a threat to democracy is absolutely uncalled for, and he should immediately apologize, resign, and drop out of the race. Representative Wyatt Gable stated that if Mr. Schulte decides to stay in the race, I look forward to seeing him and the rest of the radical leftists trounced at the ballot box. Representative Phil Shepard has my complete and total endorsement for re-election.
Chris, baby, Mr.
Strong
Schulte,
words.
do not resign. Please resign. That's fine. You should do that. That would be, and you should be escorted out. No, don't resign. They need to fire you. Forget about resigning. You need to be fired. That's number one. Number two, do not pull out of this race. I will be interested in seeing the numbers, and you should be too. Your score is going to suck.
I personally would love to hear Professor Duty from East Carolina's take on this.
He's
Tom,
listening,
I know
yes.
he's listening. That's why
Hey, Tom.
I mentioned that.
I
But
sent him.
let me just jump back real fast to what you said about the social media, talking about the walkout tomorrow. Greenville had a walkout, or outside of Greenville. One of the schools near Greenville had a walkout. The students walked out because of us.
Wasn't it ECU?
No. It was a high school that did it.
Yeah,
and
they
and
have one at ECU too.
they did it because sadly a girl was killed in a car accident,
Yeah,
and they weren't going to recognize her at graduation or something, so they all walked out. And the superintendent of that said, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, someone please correct me if I'm wrong, that they're looking to see what actions will be taken against the students. Students cannot just get up and walk out of the classroom.
No.
And in public schools, you can't do that.
Disrupt the whole system. And you also opened everything up to security problems, security breaches during that time. Folks, for a safety reason, don't do that. That is an opportunity for bad players, actors, they call them, bad piece things to come in and do bad things. Is that what you want to go down? Is that how you want your year to be remembered? Is that how you want you to be remembered? Because every one of you would be held responsible.
Well, my other problem was the parents egging them on to do it. They're supporting them doing it. Look, I got no
These
problem with
parents just a few
protest.
years ago were their age. You understand that?
Yeah,
They didn't grow up.
well, there's nothing wrong with peaceful protesting.
Absolutely not. In the right place, at the right time, under the right conditions. This was not it.
I agree. Like there's people that protested against Turning Point USA. Have no problem with that. There are people who are wanting to start chapters here in Onslow County. I think some of the students in the high schools were talking. I don't know where that stands. That was first I heard that Coastal Carolina was starting one, or in the process of starting one. But
Apparently they got
as a
one.
professor, regardless of what your views are, what you did, Chris, was wrong.
And
It was wrong.
They're dumb. You know what? Just
Dumb.
Go ahead and get up there and apologize. And
And you're running
how
for
stupid
office.
you
Why
are.
would you do that?
No. Yes.
well,
Good luck in your next career.
before we go to weather real quick, let me say this. Does he think that's the only club at Coastal Carolina Community College? There are plenty of clubs and organizations at the college.
Well, I did contact the chairman of the Democratic Party last night and was told that she's not had a chance to talk to him.
The chairman.
It was the
from-
chairman.
from
What
here?
did I say?
Chair-
Oh, yes.
From here, Onslow
Yes,
County?
Onslow
Okay.
County. And, you know, and I just asked her if she wanted to make a statement. But she had not yet talked to him, which she deserves that right to talk to him first. And so whether they'll put,
maybe benefit of the doubt, somebody was holding a gun to his head and he made these statements.
well, we have to give her the opportunity to do what she needs to do. This is kind of reminisce of back, was it 2020?
I drew the same-
2020.
I drew the same comparison. as you did
2020.
last night.
When we had a Republican make racist remarks on social media, and as the party chairman, I had to go before the
Disavowed
executive
his
board
existence.
and say, in the executive committee, and we voted to disavow him and not even put him on our flyers for voter guides, because we felt the comments were extremely inappropriate.
Well, you just screwed up just a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Go
ahead. Actually, in the meeting, because I will have somebody there at that meeting with a recorder.
Mhm.
I have a tape of that whole thing that you're talking about at the Republican meeting
No, you
that you're talking about. Yeah, you did.
No,
You
you
did not say disavow. You said disavow.
Waver, that's not, listen, let's not make this
rain
worse.
forecast offshore today, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knot, seas 3 to 5 feet with 6 seconds between the swells. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop. Friday, kind of breezy, southwesterly winds 20 to 25 knots, gust up to 30, seas 5 to 7 feet, 3 to 5 near shore. Sounds and rivers rough. Saturday, westerly winds around 10 knots, becoming northwesterly in the afternoon, seas 2 to 4 feet, sounds and rivers of light chop. Rain likely on Saturday with a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Offshore, you do not want to be offshore when you got thunder boomers. Rain, not a problem. Fish are wet. You're going to get wet, no big deal. But when thunderstorms are out there, there's lightning that's associated with it. Not a good plan. Go early and come home early if you intend to go Saturday. Sunday, northerly winds 15 to 20, seas 3 to 5, sounds and rivers choppy. Rain likely, mainly in the morning.
Today, mostly cloudy with a high near 76. Light southwest wind increasing to 8 to 13 miles per hour in the morning. Winds could gust as high as 18. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 58. Friday, a chance of rain. Mostly cloudy with a high near 78. Friday night, chance of rain. Low 51. Saturday, rain likely. Still weekend. Cloudy with a high near 65. Saturday night, chance of rain. Sunday, rain. High near 57.
Okay, we're going to go to our ham radio buddies, our weather spotters out there around the region. Randy over in the Southwest community on his golf cart said 59 degrees this morning, 95% humidity. Winds right of the northwest, not much, about 2 miles per hour. It was cloudy and it remains cloudy. Nothing in the rain gauge for anywhere, any reporting stations this morning. Lee in the back swamp area, not this one, the other one. 57 degrees, 99% humidity, calm, no wind. 29.69 inches of mercury in the barometric measuring gauge. Dale over, Carol over in the River Bend area said she and Dale had the same information this morning. It was 58 degrees. They live together because they're married to each other. 97% humidity, calm wind, no wind in other words. Joe in the Swansboro. He was walking the streets this morning. So, you know, when you're walking the streets, what are you?
Walking the
Street walker.
streets.
There you go.
In the
56
borough.
degrees, 97% humidity. Had a light wind out of the east. Nothing in the rain gauge, like we said. 29.71 inches of mercury. Ward, just across the creek there over in Cedar Point, 52 degrees, 97% humidity. Very light southwesterly breeze. 29.99 inches of mercury and rising. Onslow Bay, my buddy down there, a neighbor down off the Onslow Bay area, 56 degrees. Ken had 89% humidity, and that was it there. Over to the Woodlands, that's where Lady Blue lives. 57 degrees, 96% humidity. Nothing in her rain gauge. 29.89 inches of mercury, calm, no wind. Here in the country club area in the studio, it was 56 degrees at that time. It remains 56 degrees, 99% humidity, no wind blowing whatsoever, rain, nothing. 29.76 inches of mercury, and it's been very steady. Now let's go out there. I checked with some guys on another weather net on the ham radio, and they do one that what they call the Northeast area, but they get some from other areas too. People that used to live in the Northeast moved down to Florida, for instance. In Florida, it was 59 degrees in Sebring, Florida. 59 degrees, same thing as it is here. They had heavy fog at the time. We had light winds out of the west at about 2 to 4, and his barometric pressure was 30.02 and steady. In Chester, New Jersey, it was overcast, east-northeasterly winds, 6 miles per hour, 32 degrees. He had 0.16 inches of rain at the time, but he also has had still on the ground 6 inches of snow remaining, leftover stuff. Now, Putnam, Connecticut, 26 degrees, west-northwesterly wind, 6 to 10, 0.48 inches in the rain gauge, 29.99 inches of mercury, and that barometric pressure was on the increase. Now, up in Nashua, New Hampshire, this one got the low mark of the morning, 25 degrees, which was a warming trend for them. He said it was totally clear, beautiful, clear morning. Northerly winds 3 to 8 and 30.05 inches of mercury barometric pressure, and it was rising.
Okay. Do we have a water temperature?
I'm getting it right now.
Lately.
And Thomas brought up a good point. What I said was that students can't walk out of class. They can walk out of class and they can suffer the consequences of doing so.
That's when you lock the door.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, and I was already
They
looking
call
it
the
up
parents
for
and said, pick
Tom.
them up at the front door.
they put a lot of people in danger when they do that.
Ooh.
I mean, they really do.
Tom, don't go swimming. Right now, it says the current water temperature in Surf City, North Carolina.
Surf jump, yep.
This is the surf temp, 45.1 degrees. That's cold.
I know that.
Let's check MRL, Tom.
We've had some cold temperatures lately.
Yeah.
Remember?
That's cold.
You know the old folklore, because I believe you said thunderstorm Saturday, right? And
No,
we are still in winter. And folklore has it that,
And in 10 days from that, we'll still be in winter.
and we may have snow.
We're good all the way through the end of February.
No snow?
Right now, no snow.
Into February,
The
it's not
current
far.
temperature MRL time is 55. So put on your waders, go there. Phew.
Put on a wetsuit and go anytime.
No, he'll fish. He's not going to go surfing.
55 degrees is chilly, but water temp. But you don't get to stay in there very long, even with a wetsuit. We're under the water.
Oh, Tom, we're talking about Tom Austin, not you, Tom Duty. Tom was like, why would I go swimming? We love you, Tom.
Why would I go swimming either?
We love you, Tom Duty. Such a great sense of humor.
He's supposed to be
People
teaching
don't-
students
A
to.
lot of people who don't know him don't get what
Yeah.
he's laughing at himself about, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
He's paraplegic.
yes. In a wheelchair,
Yeah.
yes.
He's a former Swansboro law enforcement
Emerald.
officer.
Emerald.
I'm sorry,
Emerald.
Emerald Island.
You
Keep
always
getting
say
that wrong.
Swansboro. It's okay.
Swansboro.
They're
Well,
close. They could
is
jump
that
over
where-
the river.
Is that where the accident, the
Emerald
boating
Bridge.
accident happened?
Right. Emerald Bridge, I thought it was.
Emerald.
That's in
They can't be Emerald Bridge.
That's in neither place.
No, the big bridge going over Atlantic
Yeah.
Beach. We've
Right.
always called it an Emerald Bridge. Y'all call it what you
Atlantic
want.
Beach or
The
Emerald
one
Island?
when you turn off of 24 onto 50 and go over the bridge.
Over
53.
Emerald.
58.
58, yes, 50 Surf City.
When you take Cedar Point or Cape Carteret area and you go towards the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
you're going towards Emerald Isle. That's the
That's
bridge
right.
you're talking about.
Yes, that's the bridge I'm talking about. Tom will let me know.
Golly.
Anyway, golly, that's just like, phew.
I got one for you.
Go ahead.
If you and all y'all and me, or I do, but all y'all need to do
I
it. All of us
don't.
need to do it. you ought to pay attention to cases like the one I'm going to describe to you, because it's
yes.
just sort of happening now.
Oh no.
And let it be known that we, all of we's, are sick and tired of the revolving doors in the judicial system where the jail cell doors don't even have time to close before those who are busted are back on the streets committing more crimes even before their first case can be heard. Now, I want you to think about, this is Craven County. Think about a gentleman that we had on here not too many months back who spent 6 years locked up in jail,
Oh, that's right.
couldn't get out,
That's right.
and for bogus charges. And he finally got free. He couldn't get out. But here is what's happening in a lot of places around the country. In Craven County, this is a great example. A woman that a judge placed on probation on drug charges was rearrested when probation and parole officers did a routine, unscheduled check at her home to make sure she was abiding by the conditions of her probation.
Oh, Lord.
Well, during the routine visit, those pesky probation cops said they found methamphetamine. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. They also found a gun at the residence of 34-year-old Samantha Oglesby. Yeah, she got arrested again, placed in the Craven County Jail. Her bond, a cool $50,000 this time. Now, the way the system is supposed to work, Samantha should be required to do real prison time. She was sentenced to prison, but was given a probationary sentence, right?
Right.
Okay, that's the way it works. The way it's supposed to work is now that her probation is being violated, and by the way, it's not the first time, she should be having to go back to prison to serve the entire time of whatever the sentence was in the first place. Forget probation. Got it? That's what it's supposed to be. Not exactly sure what charges or prison time she faced back then when she was violated for the most recent conviction. But in 2019, 2 convictions on drug possession, sentenced, probation revoked, then paroled with 3.5 months of supervision. 2019. Busted again in August 2020. 2 more felony drug counts, another probationary sentence. She was given a probationary sentence while she was on probation. Arrested again in May of 2022. Again of June of 2023. Those charges were consolidated. 2 charges, one from May of 2022, one from June of 2023. They were consolidated. She had not been to trial for the May of 2022 drug charges when she was again arrested in June of 2023. But the judicial system consolidated those charges, and she got a suspended sentence and placed on probation for a year. Okay, I ain't through. Not including the most recent probation violation charges, she had 5 felony and 1 misdemeanor drug convictions in the past. With the current charges of possession of a gun by a felon and felony possession of methamphetamine, one would think that Department of Corrections inmate number 1634627, that belongs to her and her alone, would become a resident of the Department of Corrections for an extended period of time. Not sure when she'll see a judge over there in Craven County or whether her $50,000 bond will be reduced so she can be released while she awaits trial, but I'm pretty sure that the seemingly open door judicial system policies will ensure that the lawmen in Craven County will be seeing her again on the streets. Perhaps they should decorate a cell there in the Craven County Jail just for her, complete with her prison number, maybe on a sign over the door, and give her a key so she can continue to go and come as she pleases.
Why not?
We could call her the Mayberry Otis of Newbern.
Bless her. Wow.
What?
Well, Otis did get to lock himself up and let himself out
Yeah.
when he was done with a snootful.
This is common. It's not just Craven County. I'm not picking on Craven County. I'm picking on all of the judicial system. When you got people on probation, and they get arrested while they're on probation,
They violate their probation.
then they violated the probation, and she was arrested. She was charged with violating her probation several times too, according to the Department of Corrections. But then when they get arrested in May of one year, haven't even been to trial, and get rearrested on other charges in June the next year, And then they said, well, we'll just put those charges together and give her 3 months on probation. What? What is wrong with our judicial system?
Our
I
judicial
am pointing
system
it out
is.
on a regular basis. When are you going to get fed up with it? I am just flat fed up with it.
Oh, I agree. I agree. We see so much of that. It's like that one
Let's
guy
make a deal.
that they have in Onslow County Jail right now that was exposing himself at the food restaurant last month. He was out on bail for alleged rape. Rape. He was out on bail for alleged rape.
It's not alleged rape. He was out on bail on charges that he raped somebody.
Whatever, but he went into the cookout and decided to expose himself to some young girls.
I'm going to tell you what.
It's terrible.
Daddies unite. Citizens unite. Maybe that's what we need to
Agreed.
start, a Citizens Unite Club.
Well, Kelly and I have our own club.
Now,
We
you
ride
just
at
got
night.
The Mean Girls Club. That's what
We
you
ride
got.
at night.
You do what at night?
We ride. If we need to ride, we ride at night under the cover of darkness.
You-
We're vigilante moms.
They're looking.
No, I mean,
What they're
if
doing is they're going out there baiting people to do
No.
bad things to them, and then they can sue
Something needs
self-defense.
attention.
Well,
you know, we've talked many of a time on the show when we started talking about some insane thing, and Kelly and I say we ride tonight.
part of it, I think, is, and I go back to the television show, and I think in New York they actually do have night courts.
They do.
Unfortunately, and we have the wonderful DA and
We don't have the
assistant DA.
manpower to do it.
We don't have. That's the problem. You
And-
don't have the manpower, and then
Our guys in Raleigh aren't going to give the money, even if we could come up with a plan.
no.
We need some county or district, some judicial district.
Mhm.
We need one prosecutorial district in North Carolina. I would volunteer hours to be staffed, be manned, have enough staff to operate, and that would include judges.
I think the problem after that is if they're sentenced, where are you going to put them? Because Onslow County receives many inmates from many other counties because they're overfilled.
Yeah.
So now comes the problem of where do you put them? Which we're going to, this particular person with Cookout exposed himself, but he was
Yes.
already been charged, alleged rape. If convicted, where's he go? Where you put him?
Central prison.
They're overcrowded.
Actually, it says the
Right.
prison population in North Carolina has decreased by 17.4% since its peak in 2012, and this was as of
They
2020.
actually closed some prison units.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to have a prison unit here in Jacksonville.
It says
Okay, right up beside the highway patrol station.
Mhm.
That was a prison.
Remember that.
We've had a lot of prison units across the state closed.
the incarceration rate in North Carolina is 275 per 100,000 residents, which is 23.6% lower than the national average. And we rank number 30 among states in terms of highest incarceration
I can
rates.
give you 121 open cells
Wow.
in 2 days.
You talking about the dog pound?
No.
Oh.
Oh, heavens no.
The
I
dog.
can create 121 openings in 2
Animal
days.
shelter, sorry.
In 2 days in Raleigh.
Oh,
There are that many people on death row. They have been sentenced to die.
Right.
And they
right,
will.
yeah.
2 days.
We've
They
talked
will,
about
but of old age
that,
doesn't
yes.
count.
well,
Yes.
You got to feed them between now and then. We have to feed them between now and then.
Well, I just don't. Our judicial system, just like you said, Rayford, it needs an overhaul. It's just like the guy that killed the girl on the transit in Charlotte in Mecklenburg County.
He had been freed, you know.
Yeah.
He'd been pardoned, I think it was. or
100
sentenced.
times, in and out, in and
The
out.
former governor of North Carolina, he was one of his 3,500.
Well, the last
Did you know
time,
that?
the last time he was in court, the judge or the DA asked for a psychiatric evaluation,
You're nuts.
and the judge ordered one to be done It dropped. Nobody did anything. It dropped. The whole system dropped on it. And next thing you know, he's out there slicing that girl's neck. So, we have a lot of issues in our judicial
I
system.
can tell you, he's nuts.
Yeah.
That is your psychiatric evaluation of that man. I saw the video.
His family begged and begged and begged for the state to help them put him away or get him help or whatever. We just have so many loopholes in the system.
And as long as we got the drugs running free and the liberals saying, oh, it's just a non-violent crime. It doesn't hurt anybody but the person doing it. Well, the person doing it hurts a lot of people. His family, number one, just the psychological damage that he does to his family, his friends, and whatever. That kind of damage is bad enough. We have got to stop the drug trafficking. We've got to do it. I mean, this fentanyl stuff, it's either that or just give them all fentanyl. Give them as much fentanyl as they want and encourage them to take it. And no Narcan for fentanyl ODs.
Right.
910-333-0139. Well, that'll bring me to our buddy up. He's not my buddy. I can't stand the guy personally. Hakeem Jeffries. I mean, I just say I don't like the guy. And I'd say we'd love to interview him, but he'll only do television interviews.
Oh, we kind of like television. We got a camera up there.
He once again is blaming the Republicans for
because we're guilty.
This,
y'all are guilty. I'm not a Republican.
Day 5, the lawmakers, so not us. The day 5 or day 6 now of the partial shutdown.
That's right.
And he's blaming it all on the word masks. Masks. That's what it's all about for him.
Bless his heart.
It's all about ICE agents wearing masks.
I really had high hopes for him when Mike Johnson. No, it was before Mike Johnson, Kevin McCarthy, when they swore him in as Speaker of the House. And Hakeem was like the minority speaker. And, there was promise there that everybody was going to work together. And Hakeem gave a long speech. And I thought, okay, all right, this is cool. They're all going to work together. That lasted, 24 hours. And from then it's all if you're left, if you're right. That's how we're being governed.
I believe it lasted 23 hours and 57 minutes. Because he spoke for 3 minutes, and that's 3 minutes of lies that came out of his mouth. But he is protected.
Of course he is.
ICE agents who are, and if you look at videos of those who are attacking the ICE agents, what are they wearing?
Masks. And some of them are wearing bulletproof vests or body armor.
Their families have been threatened with these ICE agents whose names have been released or people finding out who they are. Their families are being threatened.
They've gotten personal license plate numbers and home addresses.
Yes.
You know that, right? They've been disseminated.
Wow.
Once was when we had some leaks in this country about 15 years ago or so for current and former people within a couple of our agencies, people who were long retired. Their names and their locations were leaked by a whistleblower. Everybody had them. The alerts that went out to all of these individuals on a regular basis. You talk about orange or orange alert or red alerts. They would get these notifications. And this country was probably the heaviest armed at that point in time because they all had guns anyway, and they all carried guns. And those who didn't carry them to bed with them started carrying them to bed with them. They had guns. They go to church with guns. They had guns.
I don't know. I hope he's not been threatened. I hope Hakeem has not been threatened at all. He has protection.
I wish he would go down to South Carolina during the 4th of July celebration because fireworks go off there a lot. Can you imagine?
Really?
Can you imagine him jumping up and down when somebody's just sitting on some firecrackers near him?
I just for him to continue to blame it all on the Republican and just the word the ICE agent wearing masks and not wearing body cams. They're supposed to start wearing body cams. You got to get the body cams to them first.
Well, you
Okay.
need the money too.
Well,
money.
There's
but
plenty of
Costs money.
There's
Costs
way
money.
too much money out there.
Sure.
North
Congress is
Carolina had
wanting to cut
$200
it.
million that they gave for the film industry last year alone.
Oh, you're stuck on that one.
$200 million.
But I
I'm
understand.
thinking about that.
I
What
understand.
could I do with that? What could
Yeah.
we do in this country? What could we do in this state with $200 million for all the homeless vets that are out there?
Well, obviously, we're going to have to build borders around Onslow County because there's a lot of people who do not want any more building in Onslow County. They made that clear this week.
Holly Ridge residents currently residing in the Onslow County Bed and Breakfast Facility. 46-year-old Benjamin Martin was arrested when an investigation into an incident, I love it when they call them incidents, last October, shows he was in possession of methamphetamine and allowed a 13-year-old child to be exposed to those drugs. Along with the felony child abuse, Martin is charged with possession of meth and possession of paraphernalia. He was not allowed bond because of the dangerous charge. Somebody realizes this stuff is dangerous, don't they?
Mhm.
He had no other drug convictions in North Carolina. He had a traffic conviction. That's it. In other words, he had not been caught before.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of Holly Ridge,
I don't want to right now.
we thought we were going to skate through the week, didn't we?
No.
Let me see if I can bring this up here. What's the date today? February 19th. Everyone needs to attend the February 19th meeting.
Yeah.
This will change the quality of life for everybody. This was posted by someone who's opposed to the annexation, but the meeting tonight.
There's a
in
big deal
Ridge
tonight at a meeting. It's going to
to
be contentious.
annex.
You might want to leave early, carry a bottle.
It's
of
pretty
water
much
with
the
you or
same thing
whatever.
what the city just did.
Yeah.
Annexing. Well, the city's a little bit different, being that
Yeah.
the property they annexed is satellite annexation. But
Well, the other satellite annexation.
that's right, it is. That's right, because
They're
it is out
identical
of the city.
situations.
Yeah, they're identical. Yeah,
And
what
two
was I thinking?
developers, the developers
You're right.
here in the Jacksonville area, and the developers in the Holly Ridge area,
Right.
they're the ones petitioning for annexation. They want the city of Holly Ridge, the town of Holly Ridge.
I sure hope they.
Does that still got just one traffic light in it?
Yep.
Okay, just asking.
I
and
I
they
sure
want
hope they
the-
televise it tonight on YouTube or something.
If their audio is no better than it is when you're there in
Audio is
person, forget about it.
horrible,
It
Mayor
doesn't matter.
Pete. It's horrible.
Unless you can read lips, you're just out of luck.
It's horrible.
It's as bad as a Swansboro
Well,
stuff.
the last couple of meetings, it was better, except for the people asking questions. Their mic was so low, you couldn't actually hear what they were
Did
asking.
they even have a mic?
Yeah, they had a mic. They had a podium
Okay,
too.
I'll play devil's advocate. Will it matter what the citizens
Nope.
say?
It's a done deal.
There you go.
Well, the planning board has already recommended it. They've already made their decision,
Mhm.
and they has made the recommendations ahead of the annexation vote.
If it's not unanimous, it'll be with a split vote of one.
Yeah.
Is
Well-
what I'm looking at.
I just
They took it. It was going to be done earlier, but there
Yeah.
was a pesky election going on,
Yes, there
and,
was.
and the people that were running for election did not want this to become a political issue. Duh. Well, it was a political issue. It remains a political issue. So whatever.
Let's just say it's just like what the city council, regardless of whether it's annexed into the city limits, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. They're going to build.
Well, yeah. The only thing different, and what we had in here, we had two individuals to tell us regarding Holly Ridge that because that's a piece of land that was up for an option to purchase
Right.
by a developer out of Wilmington, I think. But it had an option to buy this chunk of land for a certain price, right?
Right.
And interesting enough, we had the quasi governmental agency, but they're not part of the government, called Onwassa, who owned this chunk of land, right? That they didn't need it anymore. They just chose it wasn't what they wanted, so they were going to put it up for sale. Cool, they did. They got Joe Ed and some other people to figure out a way to sell it.
Papa top time.
And this other guy, this developer, he wants to buy it, and he said, "I'll make you an offer. Here's the offer, yada 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 yada, on the condition that it is annexed by the city of Holly Ridge." And as was told us in here by two different people, one at Onwassa, one at Holly Ridge, that this man said at the time, I don't know what's transpired since then, that no, him making that purchase final depended upon whether Holly Ridge agreed to annex it or not. Because if Holly Ridge did not annex it, the word that came from the two individuals here, don't blame me, they said it in here, that he would not purchase it. But somebody has told me that that has changed, that he's going to purchase it either way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if he has, why not just sign the check over? Okay, that the only problem I have with all of the above is that you ever been lied to?
Oh, yeah.
You ever had anybody change their mind after they've told you something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What happens if it's annexed and then this gentleman said, on second thought, then they got to start all over again. But they've got an annexed piece of property that Holly Ridge owns or is under his control that they just, that's all, and no but what ifs anything. Okay.
Yeah, well,
What is it? It is.
Papa Top.
Hi, Chris.
Miller time.
Good morning, my friends. How's everybody doing this morning?
Good morning,
we're
Chris.
good.
Fine. You don't have any computers turned up, do you?
For a minute there, you said.
No, you're you seem to be pretty staticky. I just texted Lee and they seem to be kind of staticky on the phone.
Okay, you're kind of I'm not sure what
Echoing.
is hollow. It's almost like you've got a computer turned up. So I'm getting a little bit of feedback, which makes your signal hollow. Let's see if I can't kill some of that.
I'm already got one question for Chris.
Okay, go ahead, Chris. Ask Chris a question.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, I'll figure it out as you talk.
Chris, I know you are the best. I'm not saying it because I like you. We go way back. That's just a fact. You're the best.
Okay.
Are you on the field at lacrosse games?
Yes, because most of the time, if I'm not able to use my good friend Mike Tack for photography,
Right.
I'm on the field on the sideline taking pictures and taking photos. And I tell you what, lacrosse is one of the sports where
There you go.
there's a lot of
It's better.
there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of organized unorganization, if that makes sense.
Violence.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of moving parts. Players are coming in and going on the field. There's not really a substitute pattern. It's kind of like hockey, So you have to be careful on the sidelines, especially with the camera, and or you'll get hit with the ball, get hit with the stick, or worse, get hit with the player. So Chris, you know all about hitting people with sticks, don't you?
I know nothing about sticks.
He uses clubs, not sticks.
Yeah. Oh, those sticks. Yes, Chris. I do. Yes, I do, Chris. But I was considering when I was asked to be the announcer for Jacksonville's lacrosse games at home, I went, I wonder if my buddy Chris will be there down on the field. So
you oh my God.
Not me. Would I do something like that? No.
Chris, with all those sticks and stuff out there with in the hands of young men, who sometimes get a little bit riled up, as we know, it's just what way things are on the field, right? What happens if they come and they start swinging? Do you have any body armor, or do you wear Kevlar helmet or anything like that?
Well, they do wear some heavy duty equipment.
Yeah.
Not them, you.
Shoulder pads. No,
Oh.
no. I try to stay, and it's just a risk you take. I mean, I've had, we've seen videos of, TV people with their cameras getting hit on the football sidelines.
Oh, yeah.
I've almost been taken out on the football sidelines or lacrosse. So, and I tell you what, that lacrosse. If y'all have ever seen or had a lacrosse ball in your hand, that thing is, it's a rubber ball, but it hurts. It hurts. And so you definitely have to be careful and be on your toes on the sidelines, or you'll get hurt.
Rubber. Now, you got to think about it. They make rubber bullets too, and they hurt.
Well, I was just getting ready to say, Wes Patterson, I think it was last year, the velocity of it. So they're wearing masks. They're wearing masks, but the ball, when it was thrown, and he got hit and it broke his jaw.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
And he had to have it wired for a while.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Chris, I know you're probably looking forward to calling lacrosse games, and once I get out of I've been telling all the coaches, once I get out of the winter sports season, I'll start making my rounds to the spring season, and it is nice going into the spring season because you've been inside a gym for the last few months, and the weather hopefully is going to start warming up soon, and then it's just nice kind of being outside for the next few months. So definitely looking forward to it.
All right, that sounds good. All right.
Sounds wonderful. Well, Chris, what's the latest that you're hearing about the Ospreys? Are we ready to start a new season?
They fly over to this house every day, headed for New River Air Station.
And have they invited Royce back?
Oh, the Ospreys?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember he jinxed him.
He jinxed them all. I remember that so well.
Yeah, they were up by like six runs, like in the eighth inning. Yep, I think the Ospreys got this game in the bag, and the top of the ninth, I think the other team scored like 10 runs.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, I remember. And we had just left before the last inning, and we were like, what happened?
So it was your fault.
Oh, my fault.
Well, I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't get a chance to let you answer Lee's question on any updates on the Ospreys.
Yeah, well, I know Josiah Zamora, he's the Jacksonville High School baseball coach. He's going to be returning for the Ospreys coach for his second year as head coach. He does a great job for the Cardinals and does a great job for the Ospreys. So still a young guy. I mean, I covered him in high school when he was playing at Southwest, and
that means you're
still
old.
a young guy.
You're just getting older, Chris. That's all.
I know. Don't remind. But he's only like 24 or 25.
Really?
Like that. So
Wow.
so he's a young guy and does a really good job of coaching both teams. So looking forward to seeing how he does this year. And then I think they probably won't start like their practices and getting together as a team until late May or so.
Because they're in school.
May or so. Yeah, because a lot of these all these college players will still have their seasons, their college seasons. So, but they'll probably have a few days of practice, and then they'll start playing their first set of games. So, I think hopefully the community will continue to support the Ospreys because they are a pretty cool thing to have in Jacksonville, and I just hope people come out again this year.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, how are you looking on B-ball right now? Is any of our teams still playing?
Oh yeah, we some teams are wrapping up their regular seasons, like Jacksonville, White Oak, and the Jacksonville girls and the White Oak boys basketball teams. If they both win Friday night, we'll have a chance to share conference championships, share conference titles. So we wish them the best of luck. Other schools like Swansboro and Croatan, their conferences decided to still have a conference tournament, so they're in the middle of that. So both Swansboro teams are still playing. They're going to be playing today at home, and then both Croatan teams are going to be in action today. And then those tournament finals will be Friday. Then the state will on Saturday sometime will release who makes the state playoff, and then the first round of the state playoffs will be on Tuesday. So it's things move pretty fast, and before you know it, it just seems like a few weeks ago the season started, and before you know it, we're talking about playoffs now.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I just want to know, do we have a date yet for that I show up at Cardinal Stadium for
with his popcorn?
It's time to kick that football.
Well, Rayford, if it means anything, lacrosse does share some similarities to football.
I know they do. They don't use sticks.
They use some of the same equipment. As far as on the field equipment, like the yard markers and things like that. Sometimes they'll use that. The referees, a lot of them are football referees, so they'll wear their same referee uniforms. And there is penalties and penalty flags in lacrosse. So
Are they different
will
color?
throw some penalty flags. No, they're the same. They're
Same yellow?
Yep.
I think they need to change the colors.
To what?
Bright red.
The paint.
This is Cardinal.
Well,
That's Chris's color.
They do that in soccer. They got the yellow and the red penalty cards, but I don't know that you'll get the officials to change the color of the flags.
I believe it should be black and white checkered.
If I keep stealing them, they will.
And those referees are going to steal all your popcorn.
There you go.
Oh,
Lord help me, Chris.
they know
Help me.
better than that.
So any big games the rest of this weekend?
Well, like I said,
Tomorrow?
the Jacksonville girls, both Jacksonville teams will be at home, but the Jacksonville girls, if they defeat South Central tomorrow night, both teams will have shared the conference title. South Central won the first game a few weeks ago, so it'll be tough, but the Cardinals will have a chance, and then the White Oak boys basketball team will have have a tough one against JH Rose Friday night. But if they win, they'll share the conference title with JH Rose as well. So those are the two big games.
Nice.
And like I said, I'm sure we'll have maybe a Swansboro Croatan teams playing in their conference tournament championship game. So the conferences that White Oak and Jacksonville are in, they would have had a conference tournament, but the snow and everything a few weeks ago wreaked havoc on the schedule. So they decided not to have one this year. And but we'll see. You'll see how everything goes tonight and tomorrow.
All
All right, go Cards.
Have you ever done any fishing?
Not in a long time. It's probably been about 30 years since I went on a boat and.
Are you that old?
Fished.
No.
I think, yeah, I am.
He is.
Well, thank you, Lee. well, Rayford, I know you do. Let me ask you a question. I know you've done some fishing, but have you ever caught any fish?
Yeah, once or twice. I generally when I go, I'm usually running at the, I'm at the helm. I use my boat. I'm going to run the boat where I want to go. And there have been more than one occasion when I only had like 3 people on the boat, and we get hooked up with, because we may run 6 lines over at one time. And if we get into a school, yes, I will be pulling fish, as will they.
Cut the boat.
It's funny, when we took the troops fishing one day, part of the Onslow Bay Saltwater Fishing Club, we took the troops fishing. And on my boat, we had I had one of my people, and we had 4 young Marines on board. These were actually a little bit older. Some of the pilots, they were, all the ones I had on board were from New River. So we're out there, and the fishing was going on so hot and heavy, and these guys had never fished before in the ocean. So I was putting out the lines, and I showed them how to do it the first couple of times, and then they got called on. And then they had a couple of fish, and I just took one of the lines after they were getting ready to put it back in, and I dropped it over, showed the guy how to do it. And as I was putting it down there, and I was holding on to it, and I said, now you guys need to be ready at any time. And while I was letting the line out, one hit.
Yeah.
And so I brought that fish in. I said, now, boys, this is the way you do it. If you let the line out right, and you do it exactly the way I do it, and you spit on the lure like I did, then you'll start catching fish. And you know what? They ever went on and started doing that?
And I got to correct myself. We went fishing, probably about 7 or 8 years ago. And funny story. We were on the pier, and then we were fishing, and the little one, who's soon going to be 13 in about a month or so, she's probably 3 or 4, and she catches a fish.
Yeah.
And then she is just kind of being silly, and she drops the line again, the hook without a bait. And guess what? A few seconds later, she catches another fish without any bait.
It works that way. Yeah, there's those suicidal fish out there. They just don't like the water.
Or it was Eagle Eye Annie,
That could be it.
the fishing pole.
She's so cute.
Yeah. Anyway, the fishermen, and screaming and hollering about no ability to catch sounders. they've closed that fishing season for a bit.
Yeah, I've been
This year-
complaining.
Yeah, you have, but you don't go fishing anyway. So what's the difference?
What's the need to?
But anyway,
Too
this
many
year they've got a
restrictions.
2-week open fishing season coming up in March. 2 weeks.
One a day,
14
Chris.
days. But you can fish every day and you can catch 14 fish all total.
Yeah.
Now, you catch one a day. Now, it has to be a minimum
One a
length
day.
of 15 inches, I think, if I recall correctly. So,
It's got to weigh so many pounds.
no, it's just 15 inches. They don't do them by
It's got to be a
weight.
certain color.
But it does have to be a certain type of
See.
flounder. There are 3 different, there have to be the Gulf flounder. It can't be the summer or the southern flounder. It has to be the
Right.
Gulf flounder. So that's going to be coming up. Maybe you should go out there one day and we go look for some fish and I'll shoot pictures of you trying to catch a fish. You could do a first
I
person
think
story.
I'll pass.
Okay. Your 13-year-old, can I take your 13-year-old out? Maybe would you run that if I gave you pictures of your 13-year-old catching fish?
No, I got to be fair, and
Well, that would be
I think I'll
fair.
pass on that offer. I think I'll pass on that offer, Rayford. And but you go knock yourself out, and you have a good time, and you can tell us about that experience.
I don't even like eating flounder. I'm not going to catch
I
any
love
flounder.
flounder. Now that's one fish I will eat.
I kind of got foundered on flounders.
That's, I like salmon.
I just ate too much of it over
Okay.
the years.
Right.
Okay. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you,
Happy
Chris.
later,
Have a
partner.
good one, guys.
Take
You
care.
too.
Bye.
I know we're going to do weathering, and after that, I'm going to tell you about an arrest since we're talking about.
Oh, I got to tell you real quick, going back to the story about the 2 Toms and Tom
Yes.
Duty thinking we were talking about him,
He knew
it was
better.
the Stella Bridge
Stella.
where his,
Yeah, I remember that now.
the thing with the
Yeah,
boat.
that was that's a really low bridge, very
Yes,
narrow
yes.
opening there, and I've never been underneath it. I've been over it on the top of that bridge, and man, at one time that was a rickety old wood bridge. You believe it or not, not that many years back. Marine forecast. Speaking of fishing and stuff, today southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, 3 to 5 footers, 6 seconds apart. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop. Tomorrow's going to be a little breezy. Southwesterly winds 20 to 25 knots, gust to 30, seas 5 to 7 feet, 3 to 5 near shore. Sounds and rivers going to be flat, rough, Kelly, if you're listening. Saturday, westerly winds around 10 knots, becoming northwesterly in the afternoon, 2 to 4 footers. Sounds and rivers a light chop on Saturday. Rain going to happen. Chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Be careful on a boat, particularly if you're in the ocean. You are, regardless of what size boat you are the highest point out there. Highest thing above the water level is you. So if there's lightning out there and you're offshore, be careful. Northerly winds on Sunday, 15 to 20 knots, seas 3 to 5, sounds and rivers choppy. Rain likely, mainly in the morning.
Today, mostly cloudy with a high near
Are
76.
you laughing at?
Light southwest wind
I
increasing
understand.
8 to 13 miles per hour. Winds could gust as high as 18. I confused myself. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 58. Friday, a chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a high near 78. Friday night, slight chance of rain, low 51. Saturday, a 70% chance of rain, cloudy with a high near 65. And Saturday night, 50% chance of rain. Sunday, an 80% chance of rain. It's going to rain this weekend.
Who got busted?
Again.
Madonna?
Nope.
What?
I
Who
said
got
Madonna.
busted? Who got busted?
Was it Madonna?
Former Prince Andrew.
Oh, yeah, I had this story
what
right
for?
up here. Right
He was arrested. Lee, go ahead.
No, you go right ahead. You've got it
Was
ready.
he an accessory to Jeffrey or what?
Mm.
Suspicion of misconduct in public office. Allegedly leaked. Now, this does make no sense to me, but the whole Epstein thing.
How can you history of public office? How can there be any misconduct that was arrestable offense?
First of all, why is
gave-
he in public office?
Well, he's not anymore. His brother stripped him of his title.
Right, he did.
So
but
but back when he had the title, allegedly gave information from trips he had taken to Vietnam and some other countries to Jeffrey Epstein. Don't know why that would make a big thing, other than the fact that he was frequenting the island of Epstein.
Well,
Those are your first public official
The only
arrested.
thing I can think about any information from Vietnam these days, I assuming the current visits, not the 60-year-old visits, right? 50-year-old visits there, would be that if he was out there scouting for possible individuals for Jeffrey's stable.
Yeah, it just
Maybe he was
gets
the
me
front
though.
man.
I mean, this all has to do over the Epstein files, and I mean, he's no longer a prince, and he's no longer in public office.
But he committed the crimes while he was, if indeed he committed those crimes while he was.
Well, but you know, he remains in police custody,
Oh,
and I mean,
wow.
why?
Yeah.
that must
Well,
be
we
a special
all
cell.
know that former Prince Andrew, was a
A rounder.
perv. So to
Oh, I
say.
don't know that. How do you
Well,
know
from
that?
what we've read.
Oh,
That's a heck of a 66th birthday present. Happy birthday. You're under arrest.
come
Yeah.
with the-
I like what UK said. We have arrested someone, but we're not giving their names. Everybody knew.
I didn't.
It was all over
I
everything.
didn't pay attention. 8 skiers were killed. And others missing in an avalanche at Lake Tahoe in California. The avalanche is the deadliest in the U.S. since 1981, when 11 climbers were killed on Mount Rainier in Washington. 6 survivors were found Tuesday night buried in the snow. They're lucky. The skiers were on a 3-day trek in Northern California, Sierra Nevada, as a winter storm pummeled the west coast. The 6 survivors used equipment to shelter themselves underneath the snow inside and were trying to stay warm while waiting to be rescued. Up in Washington State, 2 snowmobilers were killed. 2 others were rescued in an avalanche last Friday. Snow, I don't even like it. Y'all think it's pretty. I think it's pretty deadly and pretty much of a problem. God.
The people I talk to, especially around here, say it's pretty when it's coming down, and they wouldn't mind seeing it a little bit. What we had last time was bad. You still go drive around Jacksonville, you still see piles of snow.
Where it
Because,
was scraped up and piled up.
yeah, I mean, go to Piggly Wiggly in Richland, you'll find a 2.5 foot.
There was a kids down the street here. They didn't build a snowman. They built a snow fort. They had a
Do
big,
you wanna
got
build
snow
a
from everywhere, I
snowman?
guess, and built a big old fort down there. And there were still piles the other day. I don't know
Yeah.
about, I haven't been out there lately, but there were still piles earlier this week. As that fort is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, but it's there. It was there.
Well, one thing I did notice, how we're not prepared. Obviously, we're on the coast. Why would
I
you?
don't
Why would you
want
have
us to be
snow?
prepared for that.
No, but
It'll rust away.
as the state sent trucks down roads to clear off the roads, they don't know where the lines, there were so many pieces of grass that
Yeah.
Oops, sorry for your yard being tore up. We
Can you
thought that was
imagine
the
if they
road.
had done that on Piney Green Road when we had all the Piney Green trees that were growing out
Yeah.
there, those orange ones?
Yeah.
They would have been covered in snow. They would have piled up a whole bunch of all those markers as warning things. Federal Communications Commission yesterday confirmed a probe into whether ABC's daytime talk show The View failed to give rival Texas Senate candidates equal airtime following an interview with Democratic candidate James Larico, I don't have a clue, earlier this month. The news comes after CBS The Late Show with Stephen Colbert
Oh,
pulled
man.
a separate interview with Larico from its Monday broadcast over concerns about the equal time rule. Y'all have heard about the equal time thing
Mhm.
for politicians
Yep.
or issues. It can be either way. If you got out there, you want to have pro this, and the other people say, no, you got to give both sides equal time. You have to have it available. You don't even have to offer it. They have to know that you will do it. You have to honor their request for this equal time. Sometimes it used to get really totally out of control. Some of it was really wild. And the big issue for us as broadcasters, which we'll go into that in a second, but for broadcasters on TV, you get a guy up who is the governor of North Carolina,
Mhm.
and you're covering his news events. You're covering him basically on a daily basis. If you're in Raleigh, you're going to be covering what the governor's doing. That's the way things work. Same thing on a local level. You may be covering everything the city mayor is doing, every city council meeting or whatever. And even if he's running for reelection, does that count as political time, equal time, just because he is on there? That's a questionable issue, and that one has never been resolved. Now, we used to have real problems, and to be honest with you, in TV, quite often the sitting yada yada yadas who were running for re-election, they did not get the same coverage that they used to get during a non-election period of time, just because we didn't want to risk it. It was too much of a pain in the butt. Because if you got, let's say you got a city council race and you got a mayor and he's got 5, 6, 7, 8 people running against him. Lord God help us. And every one of them says, I want equal time. And then you got to go and play with that rule. So people just didn't get the coverage that they used to get. That's what this 1934 provision, which requires broadcasters, this is before TV days, the FCC has it, who give airtime to one political candidate to provide comparable time to competing candidates upon request. Talk shows have historically been treated as news programs and therefore exempt from the rule. Because if you cover them as a news person on TV, for instance, you're supposed to be exempt from having to provide equal time. But if they get on there and they start talking about politics, their race, or why you should vote for them, then you do have to offer the equal time. That gets to be the problem. Last month, the FCC issued guidance warning it would vet talk shows for partisan intent when granting exemptions. In other words, they will be taken a look at. Since the equal airtime provision applies to broadcasters over the air, but not streaming platforms, Colbert's show released the Tellerico, whatever it is, segment on YouTube. On YouTube. Tellerico's campaign yesterday reported a record $2.5 million in donations within 24 hours of his Colbert interview being pulled from the broadcast, but put up on YouTube. Folks out there, for y'all, do you understand how important this? We're not over broadcast air at this time,
Right.
but we have a whole lot of power, apparently, according to $2.5 million in donations that this guy got just to be because he put it up on YouTube.
Yeah, it was.
We do know that we have this issue from a couple of nights ago. What, we had 40,000 hits on it and counting.
Yes.
40,000 hits. We didn't have that kind of number of viewers who were watching us live on radio or listening to us live on radio.
Right.
Did you still know that?
Yeah. I doubt the View has that
Our
many viewers.
hits on our social media page.
And then when we had
crazy.
76,000, I think it was, and one not even over the air type thing, not in the broadcast, but just posting a commentary that I did one day.
Yes, you did.
76,000 hits
76,000 hits.
on the Friday night football coverage that we do. Every football game we got on the low end was in the beginning of the season, and when people started finding, we had about 20,000 per week. We got up into the 45,000 range.
Yes.
Towards the end of the season. I'm like, really?
I know, it's crazy.
So we have a lot of hits. So yeah, we do have a chunk of people out there. And we haven't even tried to go out and sell any advertising. We will make it available.
Sure.
Right.
And y'all would be smart to take advantage of it. Those who are running. Okay.
Well, we want to do a medal count in the Olympics up to date so far.
Are we up to more than double digits yet?
We're just gonna do the gold. First place right now is Norway, 15 gold. Italy, 9. The United States, 7. France, 6. Netherlands, 6. Sweden, 6. Switzerland, 6. Germany, 5. And it goes downhill
We
from
need
there.
to get some people who are better contestants, right?
Right now, we're like running third with a total of 24 medals.
We had, I know, 3 of the skaters that were supposed to win gold had
They were
some
cheated.
false. Well,
they were cheated. One judge.
One judge, the
France.
cheated on the couple.
France.
On the couple.
France judge.
But then the young man, Ian, I think.
Yes.
Elon.
He deserved a gold.
He did, but he fell twice in his routine.
But,
and
that'll do it.
But he, I would say yes. I know there was one routine he fell once. I didn't see the one where he fell twice, but he was adding double quads. His technical ability was outrageous. But you're right. The French judge was scoring the USA very low and scoring
France very high.
Very high.
And it is not the first time.
It's not the first time in history.
There was a
that
lot
judge.
That judge?
That particular judge.
Yeah, there was a lot
Take
of
him out.
talk about that.
Take him out.
It's a she.
Take her
Yeah.
out.
Let's go
Was
fishing.
it always a she, or did it
It's
become
the
a
same.
she?
It's the same person.
I mean, was she always a she, or was she born a male?
No, I think she was always.
What?
I think she was always
Did
a
you
she, but
watch
she always.
the downhill skiing, the slalom? Is that
Yes,
slalom? Yeah.
the one that
Last
Lindsey
night-
Vonn does.
Yes. They ski downhill and they've got to go around all these little
Is that on one ski or two?
two skis. But man, USA, I think they ended up winning that last night. But a couple of the USA skaters, one like crashed as soon as she came out,
Anybody hit a tree?
and
They have the fences up to prevent that. Yeah,
trees, and the other one got about halfway down and wiped out. So I was like, ugh. But the funniest thing last night, and I don't know who the newsman was. If I go back, I'll find it and post it. But he said that he did the barrel. They let him there at the Olympics experience what it's like to go down the barrel, down the snow and ice. He said he thought he was going to die. You have to listen to his video. It was hilarious. I was laughing so hard. He said, never again, never again. But those athletes, I'm going to tell you, you've got to be so athletic
you do.
to compete in those games.
You're a true athlete to be in those games. I will tell you that.
Yes, yes.
That is tough. That's really tough work. And,
Well,
and they've trained for it year round. These guys they're built. They're right. They're strong. They do the right things.
Well,
I don't think Lindsey Vonn will ski again. She
Not-
put out
not
a statement.
competitive- not
Not
competitive.
competitively.
No.
She put out a statement yesterday. She really tore herself up.
Yeah. A rather odd bit of information released yesterday about a person as yet not identified, at least to us,
Mhm.
who conducted an internal search looking for the address of Nancy Guthrie. That internet search was done last year, in June of last year, and again January of this year.
Right.
The person was located somewhere in Arizona at the time of the search. There were additional searches for images of the house and routes to the home in March and November of last year. Interestingly enough, another search was made trying to find out how much money Samantha Guthrie got paid by NBC News.
That was between December 13th and 20th of this past.
Strange, but not out of the ordinary. CNN anchor Anderson Cooper.
Mhm.
He searched for Guthrie's salary between March 29th and April 5th last year, too. That's not that unusual. People do things like that.
Oh.
But I bet he was probably trying to negotiate a better deal.
But
And
you
he wanted to
know,
know what she made.
when you add in the search for Nancy Guthrie's home address, then and then the images for her home, and that was done in December, and then tie into the images on how much I'll look up how much people make. I mean, but it's just kind of gives it a whole weird, different look.
And this was all before this
Before
situation
the
came
abduction,
down
right.
2.5 weeks ago.
Right.
It's not like it was just a recent thing. Somebody's gone back and done a lot of work looking for this stuff, but they have done a lot of work looking for this stuff.
Yes, and I still don't think it's professionals. Not by the clown that went to the door that night.
conflicting information continues from the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff there. The FBI has reached out to authorities in Mexico in relation to Nancy Guthrie case. That's according to a source that talked with Fox News. But on Tuesday, Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos told Fox News that authorities do not believe Guthrie was taken to Mexico.
Mhm.
Can these people get their acts together?
No.
Now, the FBI is not really doing the talking. Somebody inside the FBI or whatever apparently talked to Fox News and said that, yes, the FBI has reached out to Mexican authorities. Honestly, given the proximity to Mexico, Tucson is not that far away. I would assume that federal agents would reach across the border to other federal agents that they know in Mexico to say, listen, if you've got any information that would benefit us, not that they think anything is there, but they will reach out. Sometimes they spread their nets very far, as they should. Don't just stay in your backyard.
So yesterday, word was going around the media that the sheriff's office was doing lie detector tests. And by the end of the night, it was being said that no, they had not started. They're going to do them today. But the family is supposed to be coming in or has already come in to do the lie detector test, which is a good thing. They should have done that 2 weeks ago, in
The
my
Guthrie
opinion.
family?
What's that?
The Guthrie family?
Yes. I mean, that's protocol.
But
That's
I thought they were
normal
already
stuff.
Not for
cleared.
lie detectors.
No, because they're saying that in a case like this, that's something that because you always start off with family. Your suspicions are always with family. So you get rid of those suspicions by doing the investigation, doing their alibis, blah, 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 even a lie detector. I mean, even the FBI, lead officers with the FBI said this should have been done. Do it, get it out of the way.
I thought they were already cleared. I'm sorry.
No, there's been a lot of discrepancy in that, and that came from the sheriff.
Well-
Because the sheriff said, oh, they've been cleared, and the FBI said, everybody is still a suspect.
No, the FBI said they haven't cleared anybody. They don't have anybody listed as a
Mhm.
suspect that what they've released. Nobody is listed as a
Well, the
suspect.
FBI is saying that, right,
You
nobody
generally
has been
do not
released.
list an investigation, and seldom do you run lie
Uh-huh.
detectors on families unless you've got something you want to try
Oh.
to really narrow down. And if I'm not sure that I would submit to a lie detector from the sheriff's office.
Well, I know a lot of court cases I've been watching, the family has done them. So
I wouldn't submit to a lie detector. In this case, if I
Right.
was a family member, that the sheriff's is doing. Period.
Well, speaking of law enforcement, let me talk about Crime Stoppers real quick.
Okay.
Oh, please
Our
do.
local Onslow County Crime Stoppers, beginning March 1st, will be selling our annual barbecue lunch tickets.
Dead
Yes. We are teaming up once again with Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
Yay.
The tickets will be $10. You'll get your choice of chicken or barbecue. You get your choice of your fixings,
Mhm.
your two side items, and we'll start selling the tickets on March the 1st, and I will be the contact for that.
Okay.
And 10 or more, we will deliver.
I don't want you to deliver. I'll go pick it up.
Well, you gonna get 10 at one time?
No, I said I don't want to go.
Oh,
I don't want you to deliver any of it.
Okay.
I just go pick it up.
But for schools that might be interested, teachers, y'all want to get together. Businesses, yes, we get a lot of support from businesses and make a lot of deliveries to them. Yes, so we'll be getting flyers out here shortly, but the tickets will go on sale March 1st. And if you're interested in them, you can give me a call at 910-389-8698.
Or come by here and we'll sell you those tickets for $12 a piece. No, it's $10 a piece. Now let me tell you what, those meals that these from last year,
Yes.
as I recall, it was $10. $10 is just straight across the board for a ticket.
Correct.
That ticket you get to buy, you get to pick out this, and this. Now the items that I picked out, as I recall, if I had bought it there without a ticket, it would have been like $11, $12, and then you add tax to it and whatever, because that's what. But it was
Yes.
just a straight. Here you go, $10. Here, a ticket. There's no additional upcharge. There's no nothing.
Nope.
If you go buy a side of beef while you're there, it's going to cost
Yeah,
more.
but you drive through, you say, "Hi, I have a Crime Stopper ticket here." They'll say, "What would you like?" You pull up to the window, or you going inside either way.
Thank you. I want to go inside.
Yeah, go inside, and you hand them the ticket. They'll fill your order.
Because I may see some banana pudding over there I want to buy too. Well,
Oh yeah.
Well, generally, they
pudding.
try to get you to buy it when you're at the window. Why you want to add a banana pudding? I'm like, no, yes.
I don't go to the window.
I
just
go to the
inside.
window.
They don't ask me because I just look ornery.
Well, I go to the window, and the one I generally go to have been very, very good. Very good. Their customer service is great.
So and it is at both locations, so Yop Road and Gum
Yes.
Branch Road, and
That's good.
the staff at both locations are very wonderful people, and we thank them for helping us with this annual fundraiser because it's the only one we do. It's the only one we do
Good.
And it's a
each
good
year.
one.
It's a good one. It's a really good one.
Right.
Crime Stoppers is a wonderful, wonderful organization. It's great. I was associated with two of them in the past. One of them, well, actually, they're both startups back in the 80s.
Mhm.
One in Wilmington, Hanover, Wilmington, and the other down in Myrtle Beach, believe it or not.
Well, we are in our 26th year now.
And there were some great stories that came out of it because at that time we used to do the TV station. I would do and even though that wasn't my job but I took it upon myself to do it myself because I wanted it done right. And we would reenact the crimes with the police department in both the locations. And the greatest story came out of North Myrtle Beach. A woman was kidnapped and raped. She wanted to play the victim we didn't tell anybody about it, of course, but
Right.
she was the actual victim. She wanted it done
goodness.
right. And it was apparently so realistic. The guy called and gave himself up. He says, "I did not know you had film of that happening." That was I would say funny, but it's a funny set of circumstances. That was weird.
Well, without giving information that we don't pass out, because with Crime Stoppers, as you know, when you call in a tip, law enforcement will come and take your statements and things, but you're a number. That's it. Your name is
They
never.
don't come to see you on this. You call it in. Everything is done by telephone, and you're not talking to a cop. You're talking to people there at Crime Stoppers, giving them the information. They know what to ask you,
Yes,
and they pass it along to the appropriate agency.
right. And we also work with NCIS on the base. We work with all the municipalities.
There's a hint for that, folks. If you live aboard the base, a lot of you do. You're the victim of crimes, and obviously, if you're the victim of crimes here in Onslow County and it's a heinous crime, you're likely there's going to be news stories done on it. If you're the victim of a heinous crime aboard Camp Lejeune, there's seldom going to be news coverage because they don't go out and volunteer it. The NCIS, the CID, none of those folks do that. But if you are the victim of a crime, and it can be verified, obviously, if you call Crime Stoppers and give them the information, or you know about the person who did it or who's involved in such a case, it might be your spouse, it might be your friend, might be whatever, because people brag.
Oh.
They brag about what they've done. And you want to place a call to Crime Stoppers, you can do so aboard Camp Lejeune as well.
You can. There's text a tip. It was also going back to this last meeting that we just had this month. A lot of felonies that we voted on rewards for.
Yay!
And most of the felonies are obviously drug related in this area, unfortunately. But we're getting the drugs off the street because we're getting the people that deal
Take them down. Take
off
them
the
down.
street. And so if you know or you're suspicious of criminal activity, it doesn't hurt to call the Crime Stopper hotline and make a report. And then you just check and see. And then if a reward is given for that case that you've called in, you'll go to Marine Federal Credit Union on Western Boulevard to the drive-through. This is how wonderful it is for the program. You'll go through the drive-through. You'll give them your number, They will dispense cash to you. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
And they don't give any paperwork. They
Nope.
give you cash.
Nope.
That's it. That's all.
it.
Period. Bottom line. There's no paperwork goes to the Internal Revenue Service. None of that stuff happens. You know, it's yours.
It's yours.
Okay. And this is one time I totally support that 110%. If you're a business and you want these dinners, you want to hand them out to your staff as a reward for doing a great job this year so far. Maybe you could use it as hey, spring is coming on strong. I'm in the sporting business here. We got to get everybody psyched up. I'm buying you dinner today. You might have a staff of 10 people for $100.
I'm so hungry.
You would never have a better investment than $100. Just hand
Fried
it over.
chicken.
Here you go. You get 10 tickets and hand them out.
Has anybody got fried chicken already this morning?
They will. I actually,
I'm
about the
going to
time.
have to go by there today and get some fried chicken and barbecue.
They do
Thank
have it.
you.
You're welcome.
Oh,
If you wait for a couple of
so-
weeks, you can buy a ticket.
Well, and I want it now. I'll still buy tickets.
Okay, well, that's good.
Okay.
I'll still buy
I'll
tickets.
write you a
will.
ticket if you would like. Give me
How
$10.
much were the tickets? $10?
$10.
Okay, I'll buy at least
And
2, maybe 4. Probably give my.
You can,
I'll buy
you can
some
be
for my
really
sister.
hungry, aren't you?
I'll buy some, give them to my sister.
Okay,
too.
and that's all for Onslow County for the 2 stores
Right.
here.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. So,
Now, Crime Stoppers, if you happen to be living in Cape Carteret or somewhere else outside
You can
Onslow
come here and
County,
buy
and you know there's a crime that involving this area, call them.
Mhm.
Give it to Crime Stoppers. They will react to that as well. They don't care where you live. Your information is good. Criminal activity does not have a border. Now, you talk about the drug crimes. I'm going to go off on that one for just a little bit. That
Mhm.
victimless crime crap, there's no such thing with drugs. Where do you think these people get their money? Working at a restaurant for a minimum wage? No. Where do you think they get their money to buy their dope? They steal. They embezzle from their workplace. That happens on a regular basis. We've seen that. You see the cases. They will break into houses. Daytime burglaries. Notorious daytime burglaries. They wait for you to be gone. They shoplift. They don't take these goods and use them. That's not what they do with them. Unless it happens to be drugs they find in your house in the medicine cabinet. They'll steal whatever they can and they'll sell it or they will trade it. There are fences out there. There are drug dealers out there that operate as fences. There was one living out right over here on a place called Mike Loop.
Yeah.
I pointed him out. Where's my Crime Stoppers reward? I should have called y'all.
you should have called.
I didn't even think about that. But anyway, they got busted, and there was a fence. There was a guy there sending out young people to go break into vehicles and steal whatever he could get they could get that was saleable, guns, cameras, whatever. They didn't use a hammer to break in. They opened the doors. They opened the doors. We did a story one morning back when we first started this radio show in Carteret County. They had like 35 break-ins, cars. And my partner in crime at the time, Bill Hitchcock, he was reading the information. He says, they had all these break-ins. I'm like, this is horrendous. The people, I said, have you read the whole story? He said, not yet. I'm reading it now. And I said, oh, this was on the air. And I said, Bill, read on down and tell me how they got into the cars. He did. He says, the doors were unlocked. I said,
Oh, yeah.
bingo. They don't want to make noise. Break into something physically. You leave evidence behind. You might even cut yourself. There are things that happen. When you do that, there's also additional charges.
Yeah.
In case they catch you. But he was reading. He said, how did you know? I said, standard operating procedure. Why? Crooks are lazy. They're not going to go to a lot of effort to get into a car and might not have anything in there and draw a lot of attention to themselves while they're breaking in. They just open the door, nothing's in there, they close it and keep on going. That's the way to do it. So it's not our fault that they do this. It's not your fault that these people take advantage of you, because you do not have to lock your doors for them to open the door and steal it and still be arrested for the crime of breaking and entering.
Okay.
If my front door is unlocked, I got it standing wide open. You walk up and open my door and come in, you'll be charged with breaking and entering and larceny if you survive. There's a key
Heard those
phrase
too.
there, right?
Yeah.
If you survive.
Thomas, yes. So if you have a Crime Stopper ticket, it is $10 tax free. I mean,
Yep.
there's no tax.
There's no tax
on
on
that
it.
$10.
There's no tax on the meal. They give you the meal done
With the
in
ticket.
exchange for the ticket.
But I don't think the drink is included.
No.
No, you have
No.
to buy the drink separately
No.
and the banana pudding separately
Yeah.
or any extra. But I will tell you that the meal that they do give you is good and
You'll have a little barbecue
it's
sauce with it, if I'm
abundant.
not mistaken.
I usually get the chicken and barbecue platter. And
Oh, I didn't know they had that. Do they have chicken and shrimp?
They do carry shrimp.
I know they
they-
carry
I
shrimp.
don't think that's on the menu, on that for ticket for that.
No. For the tickets, it's either or. So it's chicken
Or
or
barbecue.
barbecue, and then you
Yeah.
pick your two sides.
Got it.
Yeah.
Can I have a side of shrimp? What? Oh, by the way,
By the way,
I went to a club meeting, a regional indie club here
Mhm.
after being absent for a few years. I was asked, and I said, "Yeah." So I did. It's reorganized. It's good. And I met up at the Golden Corral, and I had a long conversation with Billy Sewell while I was there. I walked in, headed for the meal, the table,
of
the
course.
thing full of food. He was there. He said,
Grab
"I got to
that
talk
plate."
to you." And I said, "Oh God, what did I do now?" He said, "Next time you're going to mention my name on the radio, would you please call me and let me know?" He said, "I got 4 calls."
What was it that you
I
said?
don't have a clue. I think it's dealing with the pool.
It was dealing with the pool, yes.
So, but anyway, it was
It was
kind of funny. He
good.
said, he said it was good, but he said, I didn't know that many people, but they at least several calls he got several calls. But anyway, the point was they got shrimp, butterfly shrimp, fantail butterfly shrimp,
Yeah.
whatever on the
Mhm,
special. Now, in
mhm.
addition to the all you can eat, and I ate all I could eat Tuesday night. I didn't
so
get it at the
hungry.
time because Robbie didn't come with me.
Right.
I won't take her. We're going to go back because for $7 extra, you get a lobster tail if you want it. Oh, where can I get a lobster tail for $7?
Hmm.
Nowhere.
Okay.
Nowhere. So anyway,
Somebody
so that,
call Golden Corral and see what time they start frying chicken.
Oh, I'm sorry, Thomas. Thomas said he was talking about the reward. The reward is tax free, so it's cash.
it's cash. Yeah.
It's cash. So no,
and there are no records of it anywhere except with Crime Stoppers, and they don't know who you are.
no.
That's right, because if there was a record of it and you had to pay the IRS, then what's the point?
Yeah, no,
That
no.
means other people would
It's
have
a good
the record.
question, Thomas. No, it's tax free. It's cash.
You get money that they steal from you, so that would be committing another crime. Hey, I'm going to call on the IRS. They
Oh my
steal money from me all the time.
Okay.
Larceny after trust. What do you think?
No.
All right. Anything else? We've got. We do have a confirmed date now. I told you what it was, and I forgot. I believe it's next Tuesday at 7:30 in the morning. No,
You
Monday.
said Monday.
Monday at
Monday.
7:30 in the
Monday.
morning.
Yes, and I talked to Alexander yesterday. So.
Oh, good. And so he's confirmed it up and all that sort of good
Mhm.
stuff. So we're good to go for next Monday morning, early for the congressman. Poor guy. I just wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
He's feeling
Anytime.
better though, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about
Oh.
for physically, he's probably feeling a lot better. But then he goes to Washington and Puke City.
Well, again, when
Kick City.
when that person tried to enter the Capitol building or the grounds before he was stopped, and one of the first things they mentioned was Congress was not in session again.
Yep.
The money they make, they sure you don't go in session a lot.
No, don't do that. Don't be doing stupid stuff up there. 'Cause
You mean go in session?
no? When bad guys go in and
Oh, yeah.
they get out and you do not have the rights that you think you have. Okay. Yeah, we got gun rights. We got all these rights. We got a freedom, but there are not loopholes, but there are stipulations.
Mhm.
Time and place is key to pretty much any rights that we have. I have a right to say pretty much anything I want, except when I walk into a crowded theater and holler fire.
Mhm.
You're going to be arrested for it.
The thing that hit me I was just like going, you know, maybe it's the staffers up in DC that are doing all the work, because the staffers were working that day. Congress was not. But the staffers always seem to be working even in the shutdowns,
They do.
partial or not.
They still get paid.
They get, well,
Yeah.
so does the politicians. The TSA agents work for free for the time being, if with this partial shutdown. But the politicians that making it happen, Hakeem, they still get paid, Hakeem. They don't seem to worry about that part of it. And the staffers, on my assumption is, are being paid as well. So they're still working. The TSA agents are still working to make it safe for everybody to fly. And it all has to do with something covering your face. I know someone's going to say it's deeper than that, Chris, but bottom line, it has to do with ICE agents wearing masks.
Chris
It's
Schulte
a
has
mess.
put out a statement here.
His resignation?
Yeah, it was last night on WOTN. Go
Today,
ahead, read it.
Today, campus security had to escort me to my car because threats were made against me at my workplace after I spoke out for academic freedom and called out racism and censorship where I saw it. I spoke passionately on the topic because I care deeply about this country, and I'm concerned about protecting constitutional freedoms, especially the First Amendment that defines it. Today's events only reinforce why those protections matter. In an attempt to bring awareness to the censorship of faculty happenings at UNC Chapel Hill with secret recordings. No, Chris, let me explain to you something. If I'm anywhere and I have a recorder on me, I am the one person in this one party state that has to know there's a recording device there. That is not a secret recording. I can record anything or anybody I want to
Let me just.
with a recorder on my person,
Why is he referring to Chapel Hill?
because he said things are happening at UNC Chapel Hill, and that's what sparked him to do this
He's here.
with secret recordings. I was secretly recording by a student. That is not a secret recording. That is not a secret recording. Chris,
Surprise.
you need, if you're this damn smart, get your head out of your rectum and go study what secret recordings are. Chris, I challenge you. You want to do a debate? You will be showing up here unarmed. It is a sad statement about our country right now that my comments would elicit threats, not just on my career, but also my life.
My first thought
Bravo,
is,
Sierra, Chris.
Well,
Bubba.
first of all, I don't see. I
okay,
don't believe it.
that's where I was going. I mean, other than maybe our conversations last night, who knows what he looks like other than his students?
I don't care.
I mean, I'm just trying to
I just
picture.
feel like, number one, it was inappropriate. You're a college professor. It was inappropriate what you said in a classroom. You were talking about people secretly recording. You should have known you were going to be recorded.
It doesn't
And
matter.
number two, you're running for a public office. Very inappropriate.
I can record
Extremely.
you and have a hidden
I could do it
mic
right
on me
now.
all the time.
Right.
I have done it. Camera recordings have ended up in court. I've done a lot of them. That is not secret recording. It might be secret from you.
See, I'm recording right now.
It might be secret from you, but it's not secret from me. In a one-party state, I'm the only person that has to know that
Right.
that's being recorded. In fact, if I put a tape recorder down in a room that I am inside the room and I happen to leave one on your desk, Chris,
Mm-hmm.
that's not secret recording. Because I know it's there. Did you know that, Chris? Hey, not you, Chris, the other Chris.
It was just inappropriate. It was ridiculous.
Stupid
it was
remarks.
wrong.
Get an education, brother.
And you're running for North Carolina House. Come on.
He needs to run from the North Carolina House. We'd be all better off.
Speaking of statements, you got a statement from His Majesty the King. Chris, you started this morning. I have learned with the deepest concern the news about Andrew Mountbatten, Windsor, and suspicion of misconduct in public office.
And I
What now
apologize.
follows is the full, fair, and proper process by which this issue is investigated in the appropriate manner and by the appropriate authorities. In this, as I have said before, they have our full and wholehearted support and cooperation. Let me state this clearly. The law must take its course.
I tell you, what's
Ooh.
being billed by those at least 3 people at Holly Ridge right now? They're using different words, but they're billing it as a poop show tonight at 6:00, and that's going to be
poop
the
show.
council meeting. The
Chris, don't let me forget to tune into that tonight. That'll be some entertaining.
So,
See, this whole
and
week.
I hope I can get down there. I may just eat an early dinner.
I'll watch it. Well, if you go down there, record it. record people.
So it can actually be heard. I've got a bunch of recording devices. I could place them all
Mayor
around the
Pete,
room.
fix the volume. We all want to hear it tonight. We want to hear it. We want to watch it.
Yeah. All right. So we will be back in tomorrow, maybe.
Want to see it.
And I don't, JPD, I don't need an escort to go to my vehicle. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Thomas Alton just said, he just posted this. Just saw this February 18th, Republican County Commissioner candidate Aaron Marin in Charlotte, North Carolina, just reported several shots fired at his home while his family was inside. Bullet holes were seen in trees, cars, mailbox, and his kid's basketball loop. Whoa.
Why?
Must have made somebody mad. I don't know.
They live in the hood.
Hope he didn't say anything. Yeah, I don't know, but wow.
I mean, gunshots come from places in Wilmington. There used to be nightly gunshots.
Right.
You know, between midnight and about 2 a.m. when the drug dealers were finishing up, and some of them were mad and dealing, shortchanging people and stuff like that.
I'm telling you, you need
It
to
used to
keep
be
your nose
funny
clean.
to watch the crime stories, the
Right.
reports from the blotter, the police blotter.
Mhm.
So-and-so, a 15-year-old was shot in the leg last night. Yada, 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 yada. What time? 2:15 in the morning. What were you doing out at 2:15 in the Oh, yeah. Oh, I know that corner. That's a drug corner. Dummy. So, you know, we started putting out the full information about it, not just what the police department's blotter shows. And 15-year-old shot in the leg, treated hospital. He was at this known drug corner, and it was 2:15 in the morning, and he got shot in the leg while running away from known drug dealers.
Stupid is, stupid does.
You got to read the whole story in the police report. You get a lot better off. Okay, we will see you
That's right.
tomorrow.
All right, Friday.
Friday, we will be here.
Let's-
The weekend eve.
Mhm.
Actually, at the beginning of the weekend. Have a great rest of your day. Be safe out there, all right? You're live and local Real Talk, where we're always awake, not woke.
Cook.
That's
Thanks, some of y'all. Bye.